Hey Houseguests, welcome to tonight's BB14 update and spoiler. Today's Houseguest of the day is Grandma Nana. So I'm sorry this is up so late, but my plan was to wait until nominations were over so that I could give you full details of today. But then things got really crazy. I even wore my orange blanket coat for the occasion. So I will tell you, by the end of this spoiler, you will know that someone is gone. What? So just stay tuned for the whole thing because you're gonna pee your pants. So if you missed last night, Kara was evicted by a vote of 5-3 and Frank won HOH. And Julie told us whoever wins the coach challenge this week can either keep one of their own players safe, as usual, or can trade one of their players for someone else's player. So Brittany scolds Willie and she's basically like, you messed up, you made me look like a fool. And Willie's like, I had to defend myself. You were the cause of the problems. So Brittany was considering trading Willie because he sucks. So she was thinking about trading him for either Danielle or Will. She figures if she trades him to Dan, Willie's gonna get voted out and then Dan will be out. And I guess the strategy behind choosing Will would be he's like Janelle's strongest player and he's like most popular in the house. So the other coaches don't want to trade with her. Willie is a ticking time bomb. They don't want anything to do with it. So they tell her they're just going to target her other players instead if she gets rid of Willie. So there's no point. Frank got his HOH room last night. He got beer, snacks, pics, a body pillow, letter from home, and this is the best part, a t-shirt that says Julie Chen is my homegirl. Right on, Frank. And Boogie, as the coach of the HOH, also got his own little treat, so he got a picture of his son, Brady Mallon. Okay. So there are basically two targets for this week. Willie being the first one, and then if they can't get him, may as well go after Shane because he's a powerhouse in his own right, and he's also on Brittany's team. They really want to knock Brittany down to 2 players. So Brittany is trying to move the target over to Danielle and be like, hey, Dan's only got 1 player left, let's just knock him off right now and make it easy. So the coaches competition was today, and Janelle won. She didn't make a trade, but I don't know who's safe yet. They didn't really say like, oh, this person's safe. Honestly, it doesn't even really matter because Janelle's players are not in danger this week because they saved Frank. Alright, the have-nots this week, which were also determined by the coaches competition, it's basically Brittany's team plus 1. So it's Willie, Shane, JoJo, and Ian. And America voted for the have-nots to enjoy pork rinds and pudding in addition to their slop. Alright, so when they brought the feeds back after the coaches competition, Willie was acting like a total a-hole. He kept saying how he wanted to get in a fight so that he would get thrown out and like all this crap, and he was just like slamming doors and stuff. Total hissy baby fit. Baby hissy fit. No, it wasn't a baby hissy fit. It was an adult hissy fit, but he was acting like a baby. Adult in the sense that it was big. Okay. So he's like basically trying to get thrown out, which is a total loser move. So then they were only back, the feeds were only back for a little while after the coaches competition, and then they were blocked for 4 hours. Which is why this video is up so late. So I was waiting, I was like, there's no way nominations are taking 4 hours, so I knew something had to be up. And I was right, because the feeds came back and Willie was gone. I don't know, it's not really clear what exactly happened, if he was kicked out or if he left voluntarily. Boogie has already said the phrase kicked out a few times, which makes me think that Willie was kicked out. Wow, so this time around, I remember when Shima got kicked out or left, I can't remember. There was a new HOH the next day, but it looks like Frank is going to get to keep going with his HOH reign because they also had nominations during that time, and Shane and JoJo were nominated, so it looks like Brittany could possibly be down to 1 player by the end of this week, which is crazy, and she is pissed. I just want to say, I think that Willie is such a schoolboy baby bitch for just like getting himself thrown out in week 2 because he was pissed that he was going to be targeted this week. I think that's a loser move, and he should be ashamed of himself. That's not what real Big Brother players do. So, I want you guys to leave what you think about this whole thing in the comments. Let me know. And I'll have more details on what happened in tomorrow's spoiler. So, until next time, much love.